This is the MT wire stripping machine. Let's take it out of the box. In the box you get the user manual. Here is the machine itself, of course. Two different size Allen wrenches, a handle for hand crank operation, and there are 4 screws here for mounting. You are going to need to mount this to something. Could be wood, could be metal, could be something solid is what you need, because you're going to be cranking on this thing over here or attaching a drill to it, because you can do it that way as well. So this is a wire stripping machine. Let me tell you a little bit about it first, and then of course I'll show you how it works and we'll test it out and all that. This will handle wire from 0.06 to 1.18 inches in diameter, or 1.5 to 30 millimeters. It's used for scrapping wire, copper recycling, stuff like that. If you do demolition work and you rip out old wiring, you might want to save the copper, because you can recycle that and get a pretty penny for it. So basically what it does is it strips the insulation off of wire. It's not meant for connecting wires together or anything of that nature. I mean, look at it. It's meant for recycling the wire inside, the copper inside of that. It has a tungsten carbide blade. The body of it is made of an aluminum alloy and stainless steel. And like I said before, it's hand crank or drill operated. So here's the unit up close. You have a wire guide here that you can move to adjust. That is the blade there. You can adjust this shutter as well to better fit. Your handle attaches here. I'll show you that. And around back over here, you can see more of the business end of it. This is where the wire comes out of it, all stripped and ready to go. The way this works here, take the Allen wrench, you can adjust this here. We'll loosen it, and you can see how you can slide that. And the idea is the wire goes in here, the blade comes up against this thing in there, and that feeds the wire through and does all the rest for you there. So you select the hole that's going to be the best size. Obviously, if that doesn't quite do it, then you would move this thing out of the way and all that to get the right guide in there. It just helps the wire go through, basically. And then you just cinch it back down with the Allen wrench like that. There is a smaller Allen wrench thing over there. You can take this handled part off and attach a drill right to this piece over here and spin it with a drill. To attach the handle, you take that, it's threaded over here. So we'll go ahead and screw that in. Okay, and then you cinch that down right over here. Just to give you the idea, I'll get it all tightened up later. And you'd mount it so of course you can crank it, because otherwise it hits the thing there. So you got to mount it properly like that. And then you feed the wire in and give that a crank or spin it with your drill, and we'll take the insulation off. You also have this knob here on top. When you turn it, it drives the carbide blade down. When you turn it counterclockwise, it raises that. So here's a little bit thicker wire, and you can see I just crank it on through like that, and indeed it has split it open. You can see the copper right there. Now this is stranded wire, so it gets to be a little bit of a mess. You're going to want to wear gloves because of all the pointy things, but it definitely split it open. There's another one right there, and split it clean down the middle, and then you can take that wire out and recycle it or do whatever you want. Nice and easy like that. It definitely works very well. And again, like I had said before, if you wanted to run this with a drill, you can, so you don't have to hand crank it. All depends, of course, on how much wire you have that you need to strip. So in this bundle, I have a whole bunch of different colored wires here. I pulled one out and put it in the machine, but you need to make a couple of adjustments for skinnier wire like this. I don't know what the gauge of this actually is. I would have to say probably 18 to 20 US wire gauge. I'm not entirely positive, but it's kind of thin, but still has some meat to it, if you will. So when you go for really thin wire like that, you have to adjust these shutters appropriately. So I have this one as far down as it'll go, which helps guide it in. And it may be a little hard to see, but there is sort of a, at the bottom of this opening here, right there, there's like a pointed hook that kind of points it in and guides it through. And you have to get these shutters lined up just right, especially for the thinner stuff like that, because otherwise what's going to happen is it's going to start on the wire and then the wire is going to skip off the blade. But now I have it lined up like that, so it'll keep the wire in contact with the blade. Now I've already started this wire, and you can see that clearly it's opened up over there, but over here it's not. It's still, you know, intact like that. So let's feed it the rest of the way through. It's a nice long one there. And yeah, take a look. See all the silver in there? This is aluminum wire. But there you go. That did it just fine. It split right open, and you can peel out the metal inside. I don't know if aluminum is really worth much, but you can also use this with your drill if you wanted, instead of the handle. There is a set screw on the handle. It has a Allen style head on it, but neither of the two Allen keys that they give you will fit it, so you will need your own tool for that. But as you can see, it unscrews, and now I can put a drill right on that. So now I have the drill on there, and this is not a powerful drill, so it needs, you got to step on it a bit for it to go, but that was really fast, and it split all the way down. So yes, indeed, that did a fine job. I think really the main thing is to get everything dialed in for the gauge of wire that you're going to be stripping down like that. And once you have it set for that gauge of wire and everything is there, it just goes right through. One wire after the next, after the next, after the next will go right through and be stripped just like that, very simply. And if you hook the drill up, it's even that much faster. I mean, it just zipped right through, and I didn't even, you know, feed it the onions there. I mean, it really could have gone a lot faster if I gave it to it. But once you get it dialed in, yeah, it'll go, and you can do much thicker cable. I just don't have any on hand. Most of the stuff I'm going to be handling is this thinner stuff like this and that. And this is scrap wire as it is, but, you know, for project hookups and things like that, rather than recycling it. But this will do a fine job with stripping the insulation off of wires from many different gauges and varieties as well. And you can speed it up a lot faster by using a drill if you really wanted to. But really, I find the hand crank is just fine. Also, it kind of gives you something to, you feel like you get some work done. I kind of like that in that regard. It's nice to have kind of a hand-cranked machine, but the drill works if you got that much more stuff. So once again, this was the MT wire stripping machine. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description where you can find the item available for sale on Amazon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.